Amazing.
That is football.
Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you an NFL Week 2 preview between the Washington Redskins and the St. Louis Rams. Now let's start with the Redskins in this game. First of all, I love what they did offensively against the New Orleans Saints. The read option look is a definite advantage for Washington. Why? Because it causes defenders to think. And anytime you get defenders to think, you have the advantage. I'm a former offensive player, and I know anytime you get the defenders to think, they will struggle because that's one less second they have to try to get pressure and impose their will. So that was a great job of neutralizing the Saints' pressure. That is going to carry the Redskins forward this season. And the Redskins receivers versus the Rams DBs is going to be the big matchup. They have a tougher task this week as opposed to last. They're going to get some solid corners. They're going to have to win that battle to help RG3 out. And whatever the pace is, if you want to play up-tempo, if you want to slow it down, you got to control it. And that's the big key for the Redskins offense. Now, defensively, downward pressure versus that Rams depleted offensive line. I think that's the biggest advantage they have defensively and getting pressure on Sam Bradford. And Jim Haslett versus Brian Schottenheimer. Schottenheimer is the master of the 4-yard curl routes. Haslett will have to get pressure, and he can play close to the line of scrimmage to shut down the passing game. And I look at the X factor in this ball game. It has to be Will Montgomery, the center. If you want to stop the spread, teams just have to blow up the interior, and it's up to Will Montgomery to make sure that doesn't happen, so that way everything stays on pace offensively. Now, when you look at the Rams in this ball game and what they do well, again, Jeff Fisher's team is going to be well balanced, but right now the passing game looks like the running game. Is very basic, is very vanilla. You have to do different things to get Sam Bradford in a situation where he can be successful. Your passing game should not look like your running game, so you have to do something to stretch the field vertically to help out the young QB. And running out of spread formations, I think, will help. The reason why I say spread formations, because you want to widen out that 3-4 defense. It's tough for a quarterback to find where the pressure is coming from out of a 3-4 because you don't know where that 4th or 5th guy is coming from. So if you widen it out by flexing the formation, you can essentially see where the pressure is coming from and you can get better protection. So running out of the spread formation may help create some running room for Steven Jackson and also Richardson back there in the backfield. And you want to give the offensive line help with tight ends, an extra running back, a fullback. Get creative. Find ways to help alleviate some of the pressure off Sam Bradford. Otherwise, he's going to be on his back because the Redskins can bring it constantly throughout the ball game. Defensive side of the football, look at assignment football versus the read option. If you have the dive guy, take the dive guy. Do not try to be a hero. If your job is contain versus the quarterback, have contain versus the quarterback. Do not try to be a hero. That's what killed the Saints last week, and it can kill you too if you get out of position. And Robert Quinn is the main culprit I'm talking about. He's an athletic guy. He wants to get down here and get after the quarterback. He has to play smart football this week, has to play contain. I say more cover 3 versus the cover 2. You don't want to give this guy a zone coverage to throw the football against. You want to give him cover 3. It will help you out versus the short passing game and also put you in position to stop the run. And the X factor, the little things. Catch the football. No false starts, no penalties, nothing like that. You have to tie up your loose ends in order to be effective. Now, you look at the positional breakdown. I think both teams have good young quarterbacks. I call this matchup equal. I call it equal in the backfield. I love Steven Jackson and what he brings to the table. I love the depth of the Redskins. I think the Redskins have the advantage at the receiving position, the tight end position, and definitely the offensive line. Now, defensively, the front seven, in my opinion, is solid on both sides of football. The Rams do a lot of good things with their front seven, and so does the Washington Redskins. I think the Rams have the advantage skill-wise in the secondary, so I give them the advantage, and I think the Redskins definitely have the edge in special teams. So when you look at this ball game, you look at where the Redskins can have an advantage. I think they can have an advantage throwing the football downfield and loosen up that box, because what they're going to try to do is come in and try to stop the run. But if RG3 can show that he can throw the football consistently when the running game is gone, I think that's going to help the Redskins out, which is why I think the Redskins win this ball game. I do not trust the offensive line of the St. Louis Rams nor their passing attack, and you need both to beat the Redskins 3-4 defense. So I think the Redskins will win on the road.